I take this honor to stand in front of you. Note that I'm the most important or the richest person in our region, but maybe one or the other, the people who invited me have a bigger reason than myself. I'm married with 4 children, and my firstborn is in P5. I want to thank the organizers for giving us such a wonderful podium that indeed I feel like coming back to start again, Mr. Rector. I joined the Iuiu way back in 2011 under certificate. Surprisingly, I was studying in a lower class. I was meant to be in a class of certificate. For me, I was studying in a class of diploma. I only came to realize that during exams, but I never gave up, just like Rector said it. And I'm what I am because of Iuiu as a community. Why I say this is all these surroundings have been my customers from the beginning. And if I say so, the Rector speaking has been one of the strongest customers in Abra. Mr. Mangan is there. He has always bought sugar when I began a kiosk at Iuiu. And our vision is very clear: to become the leading shopping chain with uniqueness. And it was designed by one person from Iuiu, and that was Mr. Ismail. He made for me a vision, a mission, values, and everything, and we're still following them up to today. So, just like I say, I'm really humble to be before you. And indeed, I want to assure my colleagues, the alumni, the students, and the lecturers that what you've done today is very historical in the lives of the students and ourselves. This is the second time this year I'm attending such a forum. The first was organized by His Excellency, the President of Uganda, and it was a retreat. That was some 2-3 months ago. I happened to be among those people who were invited, and I took myself by shock. I never believed I'm the one among the 100 people they invited. On 8th last month, I was in Turkey together with the Vice Rector of this university and the University Secretary, also attending such a gathering and a forum representing Uganda in all African countries. And indeed, I shared a moment with the director and the university secretary saying, I think we need to meet, coming back home. And I want to remind our rector today to say, as you meet the vice rector, please share the moment saying, we programmed to meet, and Mr. Mataya is very willing, and will sponsor the meeting. I want to tell my fellow Ugandans and Africa at large that what comes in mind of business entrepreneurs, in the beginning it is fear. People fear to start. What we have today, it is an idea of people who thought of it yesterday. Why we are seated here is because people sat yesterday or the other day, thought of something that will look like what we have today, and indeed they ensured that it comes to be what we are. My lecturers, for your information, I employ 250 Ugandans. And my list pay in a supermarket is 500,000. But the most trying my employees are students from Iuiu. It means you are doing so great to teach and change. It is very hard to change the person's mind. And the struggle you are going through with what you are doing, as me, I'm very grateful, assuring that we are going to join unity to see that we grow and improve our community through the life skills that will make people become successful today and tomorrow. I began the business with 260, and the one will wonder, what would that money do? Out of 260, that is 260,000 Ugandan shillings. After finishing my senior 4 at Ikoma SS, one will ask, what would one do with such amount? In 260, 100 was mine from saving or pocket money, 160 was borrowed money. And what did I do? I summoned myself in one of the most convenient places and ensured that I come up with a solution of which the problem was bigger than the rest of my life in the whole world. And what was the problem? The problem was poverty. What many call unemployment, for me I call it poverty. I made sure I sat in one position from morning to evening talking to myself, arranging the problems I have, looking at where I come from. I come from Namisindwa in one of the districts called sub-county Bukoho, which is neighboring the forest. And once you are neighboring the forest, you think like the environment. And you know how the environment of the forest thinks like. You think like those animals around. Because the work there is to go and hunt. And once you hunt, you eat and sleep and you become comfortable. But I say I shouldn't go back, be comfortable with what people are doing. So once I got to this town, I came with problems, but I saw many opportunities in town of Mbali. And what were the opportunities? In the village, we used to buy cooking oil of 100 shillings. Paraffin, we struggle to enter early so that we are able to sleep before the light dims to darkness. And when I came here, I see people buying paraffin in jerrycans, using electricity, buying cooking oil in jerrycans. I said, no, never to go back. Remember, I had lost my father way back in P4. We never had even a shelter to sleep in. We never had even food to sustain ourselves. So with that, I had to make sure that in my discussion with myself, there should be something good for tomorrow. And something good was, I had to check myself, what I have, 100,000. What can I do? I should do something. Should I continue with education? Should I continue, start something before? I am the firstborn at our home. And some of you who are firstborn in poor families, you know what it takes for you to ensure that little you eat, your sibling, your followers, your sister and brother have also to share. So I came up with a policy of doing anything that can give me a living. And that anything, it was a business. So I came up with putting up a kiosk, but the money wasn't enough for a kiosk. So I said, if I sit and look around Iuiu, what can I do? I came up with 100,000, looking for some good rice, looking for some good beans, going into the market, leaving early morning at 5, sitting on a Diana to go to Budadiri market, buy nice beans, come sit and sort it, move it to hotels. And hotels liked me because I changed the lives of hotels at Iuiu or Nkoma stage. I sort my beans, 10 kg, take to a hotel, they will pay me in the evening after sale, I make a difference. My money grew up to 800,000 through sorting out rice, beans, bring nice passion fruits, good mbogoya, selling around the community. At 800 now I started a kiosk. In that kiosk, I think these assets, fixed assets, is almost 90% of the capital. I said, now what can I do? I never lost the hope. I looked around some people with the shops. I now said I should go on social capital. Everywhere I buy something, you must borrow me. If you don't borrow me, I'll not come again. But I use it as a trick. I will come with it 20,000, but the item is 25. I ask you, can you give me? I'll bring 5,000 later. You are allowed to give me. I keep 5,000 to buy another item somewhere else. Until my kiosk grew to a wholesale. From a wholesale, I collapsed. I sat in the house for 2 days, and my plan was to commit suicide. Why? The shop had gone negative. The bank, this gentleman, his bank, the first money for me to borrow in life was 800,000. But I used a plot which wasn't mine, it belonged to my granny. So they were supposed to grab my granny's land. They were supposed to imprison me, and other people were supposed to imprison me. So when I went into hiding, I sat for 3 days consecutively, planning for how do I survive. First of all, I'm negative. Secondly, I don't know what to do. So in those 3 days, one spirit was saying, the world is now useless. Commit suicide. The life boys came in later to say, declare yourself to the public and ask them to give you a second chance. And indeed, friends, yesterday I was reading newspapers and they were saying 30% of Ugandans are stressed and they are mad. What is the problem? People are finding life difficult. That 5% are committing suicide. Why? After people realizing that they are doing nothing more, dying is more better than living, the following day someone will commit suicide. But simply because of problems surrounding us. So for me, I declared myself bankrupt. I came out. I concentrated to work. I declared myself to whoever is demanding me. I told them and I found to them that given a chance to remain in this business, I will pay and even pay double of what you demand me. The bank will come, I run away, I come back, I convince them until I pay. Having paid, I came to know what a business is and what they call financial discipline. I think by that time, I had not defined my vision clearly. And today, when you ask the lecturers, you forgive me, but I'm very good in examining the job seekers. But one of the biggest problems you ask our Ugandans and Africa, you ask him what's your vision. He's not able to know even what a vision means. And a vision is simply seeing beyond what your eyes can see. And that is now the brain. So having engaged myself, I think I'm loud enough to reach there. Having engaged myself to the life of thinking has made me what I am, simply because there are 5 key items I've addressed to myself. And every day I check myself, whether I'm on the road or I'm outside the road. And one of it is whom I am. Most people haven't identified themselves. And therefore they keep living the life of others. That is why when you move to China today, and you say, I want to be brown, it becomes an opportunity for them to make money. When you move today and create a nice wing, and create a nice weave. It becomes a business for another. Personally speaking, I've ever been a boda. I've ever been a porter, simply because people are lucky, those who can ride them, or there was a demonstration. Then I took over advantage. I have managed to grow in business because of those 5 things, and one, as I said, I have identified whom I am. I have also come to know where I've come from. I've also come to know where am I going. I've also come to know what is the purpose of my existence. I've also come to know that in this world, you need to know where you are going. If you know those 5 things, you are good enough to move. Why I say this is I can confirm to you that sometimes success is predictable, but also failure is predictable. Once you are going to fail, sometimes you can tell, but we don't want to use our, what we can call artificial intelligence. Remember, in business, we are facing now competition. When I joined the town of Mbale from Nkoma, Iuiu, my mom told me, you have moved from a flying pan chapati to the real fire. But I said I want to interface these Indians. I said I want to go where there is stiff competition so that I can learn. So friends, faculty of management, I want to remind you 2 or 3 things. I've moved in some countries. I found that Dubai is a country made from a desert. Even trees alone grow by chance, not by nature. Africa, the land is still very virgin. Some 40 years ago, I mean, to Dubai. And as you go to Dubai, you have a portion that belongs to Uganda. It was gifted to Uganda by the state of Arab Emirates. Today, Arab Emirates is 100 million miles away from Africa. What is the problem with Africa? Facebook is employing people at 14 years. For us, a student of 22 years can't tell where he's going. We have a very big problem, and the problem is our education system, Mr. Rector. That is why I'm asking that good enough you say this might be synchronized to be exams. I'm very happy to that. The only way you can commit our brothers and sisters to be innovative, committed to be part of the exam. And someone will think, most people want to think when problems come to us. Why don't we think before they come to us? As I told, I'm now planning, I'm coming up with a manufacturing plant, which is going to employ over 300 Ugandans. But who are these Ugandans? I'm having a problem with deploying the managers. I'm deploying, I'm one line. You deploy a line. Where will the business be? So, I want to tell you that in business requires what Rector said, innovation, creativity, trustworthy, and also idea generation. Every time you think 1 minute ahead of your programs or ahead of others, you already think. The difference between you and another person or another business is uniqueness. As I told, I'm seeking. Last month I hosted Minister of Finance. He came around my businesses, moved around. I covered mining, and the need was 12 billion shillings. I'm very sure I'm going to get it. But there are some people who are diverting after Ugandans, telling them to become rich, you need to be homosexual. To become rich, you need to be a Illuminati. To become rich, you need to, maybe you are tied to government and so on. Those are things making us not to think and not to be inspired by others. A challenge I have my lecturers and rector. Everywhere I go, people say I'm not the owner of the business. What is the problem with me? They look at age. They look at how you can make it. They look at magic. They don't know that you can do something more powerful than what you are. Last week I hosted a student from School of Hygiene, but they were debating with their lecturer. Is he the one? Is he maybe today I've pressed the quota and he the one? The other day they told me in a short sleeve. They were arguing, it's not the one, it's not the one, it's not the one. I'm wondering. I'm even late for what I have. But with God, I'm not late because it's the one who planned for me. So I want to challenge all of us who we are, that success is predictable, failure is predictable. I also want to tell you that I have lived in a business, but one of the things I put ahead of me is trust. Is trust. I owe people's money over 15 billion, but I have said to myself, even if I die, my families and all who remain should be people who are alive. Another dream of the business was to go put supermarkets across East Africa. We managed to conquer Kampala. Those who come from Natete, there was our branch in Natete, but COVID affected us. We have now invested 30 billion shillings from 260. In 15 years, I began business in 206, but when in the beginning it wasn't something moving. Now I feel I'm moving. And what does that require? It requires me to think everything ahead of it. I sleep for 4 hours. Even if someone attacks me as failed, they are failed. Because each time they come at 1, I'm awake, planning. I sleep at 10, by 1 I'm awake, planning. I go back at 5 again to sleep for 1 hour. I conclude my sleep. Ugandans were sleeping for 20 hours, 15 hours, how many hours? I don't know. Ask yourself, if you calculate 20 hours times a week, how many hours are you working? Then times a year, for sure, even if so and so has Christ to you, why don't he give up? As I told, me have concluded to finish. The reason why many people cry when some of us die, you have not done anything. Someone will cry, I've been that person, my cousin here. People will cry because you've done nothing. You may think they cry because you are so good, but indeed they cry because of the problems you've left behind. I've been watching slowly those who cry, because our dad people who cry, why? We're grateful. So they will imagine, how are these young ones going to cry? For sure, you create a lot of sorrow to the existing generation. The second why people cry because you got go with all the resources you came with, and even sometimes God may not be happy with you because everyone is gifted. I'm so impressed with what those who have done today, what they have done, that this is the beginning. But remember, as you finish your degree, that is the real I've finished this step. Maybe it's going to help me now discuss in English, and education has helped me to even move with people like university sector and lectures. Why? Because of the theory. But in practical, it's going to take you over 80%. Why? You're now going to test the real world with the real practice. And that is why I want to salute the gallery and the lecturers. Mr. Deke, he moved all along with Mr. Olsi to Kampala for me. Why? Even as I'm here, from here I'm leaving for Kampala to go and share ideas. These things our lecturers are doing, they look like jokes, but these are reality of life. It is better for you to learn how to face challenges than to learn how to face success. Mr. Lecter and my lecturers, most of our Ugandans are trained how to be successful. They are never trained how to encounter challenges. And that's why the nation, as we talk, Kampala alone is a problem we can pass. When you go to other countries, you are passing underground, you are flying over, you are going anywhere you want, and these things are done by people like us. So what is difficult with business? Business, I keep asking the students who come for interviews, what is business? Someone can identify or define the term business as a set of activities that can be collected to come up with a service. But in the Iuiu we have to lecturers. I think the people who are sitting in front here, 90% of them are my lecturers. All of them, they are my lecturers. And among the people they are proud of, it should be me. That's why I'm saying the fraternity is seated in front. Today, I'm going to coordinate to ensure that everyone has a packet of at least one of the products I'm producing. And I'm going to give a shopping which I can, of course, mention to all of them. But I'm going to tell Mr. Cindy and Mr. Adeke to write the names of the people seated in front. I'm going to ensure that they reach you with the service and give them a vehicle, transport, and deliver those things to you. Mr. Cindy and Mr. Adeke. Just to show that what we're doing is motivating and going to help tomorrow's generation. So, I want to say that I have faced so many challenges. And if there is another person who can stand and testify, I can testify up to tomorrow. But because you have other activities, I would beg that those students who want us to share such, I'm very good with them. I'll give a chance to Iuiu. Always the lecturers want to come to me classes, I will be there. Such a symposium, I will come. And with this time, may you allow me to ask, maybe to know those people who came up with the ideas of the things, or those who have businesses that they are carrying out while they are studying at Iuiu. Any person stand up and wave. Any person who is at Iuiu studying while you're doing business, just wave. Those are how many? Stand up for competitions. I want to see you clearly. How many are you studying while you're doing business? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are, there are 6. I've seen. I'm going to find out if you are doing something one day. I've seen there are 8. I'm going to add you a couple of 100,000. There is a book that says, for those who have, will be added. Those who don't have, or who have little, will be removed. Members, be careful. For us, we add on those who have, who are you that you can't have? own, and I can't manage in the next 5 or 10 years competition of supermarket. That's why I'm coming up with a manufacturing plan. 2 years from now, you're going to have a number of things coming from Abra Industries company. Why? I have to think ahead of my life. As I told, this is not to say I'm proud of myself, but I'm telling you the real fact. My compound is full of pumpkin. If there is another person who plants pumpkin, I want to tell you there is a market in Abra. Every day we cook 5 pumpkins, and every day the 5 food to get over are pumpkins. How many of you have pumpkins? Those who want to start small. Think of things like pumpkins. Think of things like chicken, local chicken. One local chicken is now 30,000. People are going to breeders. Someone puts a lot of money on the breeders and they die all. Why don't you think of something that can be sustainable? I wish the care you give to those breeders is the very care you give to local chicken. Some of you will benefit more. But you see breeders there, you give care. You see our local chicken, you throw them out to die in rain. And you say, these are not profitable. You know? I have the farm of local chicken, and they are doing very well. Every month, at least, I can earn at my house 3 million. I have, in my compound, I have made sure there are greens. I can't buy greens in the market. And also, those who are planting greens, come to Abra and say, every day we buy greens of 50,000. That is already a capital for you. And how much do you require to plant greens? It is 5,000 members. Are we aware? Social capital is very, very important. I want to tell you the things which makes people fail in business. 1 is lack of innovation. 2, lack of ideas. Thinking is like a computer or a network. You need to plug in the special time. That's why we are waking up at 3 to just think how we need to be tomorrow. Plan, design, do anything. By that time, no one is calling me. By that time, no child is crying. By that time, my wife is not near me. And I'm in a sitting room. I'm enjoying the thinking ability. In my businesses, when you come during the daytime, you can never find me. I'm as high as 7 to my businesses. By 9 we are left for Kanu. We are looking for Mr. Abra. We are looking for Mr. You never find me at 9. I've already said, done everything. I'm out of the business. Now going somewhere else. Simply because time management is key. I know I want to make sure that by 2 years to come, I have my dream house, I have my dream car. Even if I die in 2 years to come, I want God to give me more chance of 2 years. So that by 2 years, I'll finish my plans of the factory and other things. I'm now free to be empowered to go to God. So I want to challenge you that in this world, you will never be remembered by how you look like, whether you are fat, short, tall, brown, anything. You will only be remembered by a legacy you leave behind. So why is business very difficult for us? Most business people are dropouts. Look at Kentucky, who look for a job and fail. And then he developed himself into chicken, KFC. And now every time we went to Turkey, it was difficult for us to eat food of Turkey. But the only food we survived on was Kentucky, KFC, chips and chicken. Those are the things we used from Uganda. And that's why I want to challenge you and tell you, if you don't deploy yourself, you are going to be deployed in a very difficult situation. Just like the Dean faculty say, how can you earn 100,000? Will you eat? Is it a who are in government. Government members adding 200,000. My the most paying and faithful paying institution is government. How can a driver earn 200,000 as a salary? Look at yourselves, the police officers you see there. Ask them how much are they earning, and let alone will think of your mind to know that no, I need to fight for myself. I need to deploy myself. Just like me talking. I ask so many questions. I talk with myself every time up to now. The most meeting I have is me and myself, talking with myself. What is good with me? What can I do? What have I done? Where am I going? Where am I coming from? What's the purpose of my existence? And so on. And the director, I want to inform you that Iuiu is one of our greatest customers that has subscribed with us, pays well, and receives the money. Every year, we supply Iuiu to the tune of 300 million shillings. That makes me to praise the one who prays. I would have come in the English of city, but I think since Iuiu is 300 million, I should buy a good suit and look like Iuiu. Are we together? So, what does that mean? The moment you don't organize yourself, no one will be attracted. Everyone wants to associate with a successful person. And with that, I want to end by telling you that business is very easy. Through sharing, you can get ideas. Through getting inspired, you can get to move. Through starting small, you can get to move. Through lobbying, using social capital, you can get to move. I had some of my friends I used to study with were making pancakes. One of them was a burger. We would make the pancakes and move with them. Others would move with the clothes at school, selling. Others would make porridge and say, who are we that we can't start small? That is after a decade, there are some lecturers who were lecturing at Iuiu. One day they told me that in Nigeria, the workers are master's degree. For us in Iuiu, the diploma wants a white collar job. Are we there? So where are you going? So I want to sort of take much time, but I want to say that we are together. In Ibadan here, when you look at the prominent business people are dropouts. Look at Wekomba, those who knows him. Look at Machese. Look at Ampoye, who died of prison. These are people who have never gone beyond senior six. But they are employing people with what? Master's degree. What's the problem with you who have done theory to be employed by a dropout? Why don't you have the practical, then the theory to become a great person? Look at Bill Gates. They all know Facebook. This is a dropout. Look at people who are making TikToks. These are guys who sit in a room, come up with ideas that comes up, you fetch money for the rest of life. So how many times or which time do you give to yourself? So I want to say you should learn to give time to yourself. And the best time is creating a special time for yourself. Create a meeting with yourself. If you don't know that, you can meet with yourself. Personally, I was meeting with myself. I go somewhere in a good place with my pen and a book. I raise the question and start answering. I set the question to myself, but I make sure that the question is very difficult for me. And we think success has shortcut. The answer is no. Some people are worried when we talk of success. Others are worried when we talk of failure. In China, when you go with a problem, you give them opportunity. When you carry a cloth, like one of my lecturers put on, I and say, I want this one to be replicated into two. That's an opportunity for them to make money. For us in Uganda, someone will say, you have given a person problems. So I want to encourage all of us here that one, everyone is a candidate of success. Two, everyone has been created in a special way with a gift. It's all about you identifying yourself with a special gift that God has imparted in you. Three, I want to tell everyone that as we are here, no one is wise enough to move alone. We need one another. So let's move together. But all of us to my faculty, what we are doing, I have been studying between giving information. You know, people go in mosques every other time. Others go to church every other time. But then the people keep singing. What is the problem? So I want to challenge you and say what you've done is not just information, but conversion. You want to convert people's minds into practicals, and I may need spirit continue to convert. Because information alone is not enough. So let's convert them through practicals. You're going to see new people coming out of one. Even if we get 2 or 3 to take over the generation, we are good enough to move. And I want to say, with this, I want to thank the organizing committee and say, as Abra, Iuiu has been the greatest university I've been for 6 years. I was at Iuiu. I went to study with certificate, diploma, finally in the degree in business, and that is procurement and logistics and about management. I should give back, and we're going to give 1 million shillings to the organizing team to see that we continue the function, so that tomorrow we are here again. We're also going to give 1 million shillings at the shopping for the whole team sitting in front to make sure that what we've done is unique and it should continue to embrace the entire Iuiu also as a university. I want to end by saying today is not my day, but it's a day for all of us. Say, tell the young ones, from here as I'm leaving, to go to Kampala, there are 3 things I'm going to do. I'm going to the Ministry of Finance to find out how far my loan has gone. 2, I'm going to Kampala to get my dream car. 3, I'm going to Kampala to associate with the people who have been successful in life. So who are you that you can see and don't think? I want by photography, when everything is done, my work is to eat, sleep, and enjoy. How old are you? How old are you? That is the question to yourself. I began realizing myself way back in senior 1. By the way, I never started senior 3. I skipped. Even here when the lecturers used to examine me, they used to examine me to know how bright I am. The likes of lecturer, Madam, Chifa, my Honorable Madam, I've forgotten her name. Madam Nandudu. I see my lecturer who used to teach me, I think English literature. One of the biggest problems we have, we are learning the language. In Turkey and other countries, they are teaching things in the language they know. So it has come a challenge where you find it today, and if you don't pass the language, you are good enough to fail, and if you have the written. I want to thank you all of you. I was the good university for me. Mr. All this, I've gone through their hands. I've seen Mr. Tabeko, he was my lecturer accounts. I've seen Mr. Shiruku, used to teach me. And everyone here, the team used to teach me. I'm so proud of you. And indeed, I'm so humbled. I'll never let you down. All these people you are seeing, Mr. Rusi, were applicable, others were outside. So I should think also for myself. And yes, in the morning you see me, but I need to share with them my problems. Now you share your problems with your lecturers. They are good enough to help you because these are the parents who want to see you somewhere. They are more proud than you are when you succeed than when you fail. So I want to say I'm humble, very grateful. Those people who came up with innovations, we are going to support them. And to Mr. Rector, please, we thank you for making Iuiu the most excellent university in Africa. The knowledge is one thing. That's why I was here for 6 years and I love it so much. I want to say, those who want to consult me on personal individual levels are more than available to see you succeeding for God and my country. Thank you so much.
Let me take this opportunity to take a protocol that I want to thank the guest of honor for his sparing time to come and make this day a success. Thank you so much, Mr. Wale. Secondly, I want to take this opportunity to thank the speaker, the guest speaker, for the most inspiring speech or advice and guidance that we have also learned from him, and the principle that I have learned from him that we must share is that think of something. That's what I got from him. Think of something and start something, own that something. Think of something and own that something. That is a summary of what he has been telling us to do. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
The regional assistant to the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Ahmed Hamid Wandega, on behalf of the Office of His Eminence, the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Dr. Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, with pleasure invites the Muslim community and the general public to the fundraising drive for the construction of Eastern Muslim regional offices. We invite all the regional Qadi, district Qadi, Imams, political leaders, Muslims and non-Muslims. The event is scheduled for 11th November 2023 at Lupada Budaka district, starting at 9 a.m. The chief guest will be the President of Uganda, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Come with a friend and keep time. For more details, contact 0772 461034 or 070 388 2882.